Peace and love, y'all. I just really wanted to hop on here real briefly to talk about feeling powerless because I'm pretty sure a lot of us are feeling powerless right now. And the point of this live is to really not. Um, the point of this live is to hopefully give y'all some advice that can hopefully help someone get the clarity or gain the clarity that they need to help transmute the feeling that you're feeling or transmute the emotion that you're feeling. If you haven't tuned into my other IGTV live, okay, the reason why I say I want to give y'all some advice to help you transmute the emotion is because I don't want you all to think that I don't want you to feel anything. That's not the point. Because if you tuned into the earlier IGTV live, and by the way, you only have 6 hours left to tune into that before I delete it. And if you do happen to miss it, you can catch the replay. All you have to do is just click the 4th link in my bio, join the tribe, and I will be sending out the entire series once it's completed. So we have about 3 days left of the series. But anyway, so in the earlier IGTV live, you will know that emotions don't say anything about you. Emotion says everything about what you just experienced. So it's not that you are powerless. It's that the things that you are experiencing is making you feel powerless. So one thing you want to do is, so hopefully, like, the more I talk, the more you all realize that there's something that you can do to always reclaim your power. Like, you can always reclaim your power because you are powerful. So do not forget that. I just really want to stress that because this just reminds me of when I watched the Trayvon Martin case. And I was like watching the live streams throughout the whole entire trial. And then when I found out that, of course, what we all found out, I cried because I felt powerless. But back then, I didn't know how to transmute my emotions. I didn't know what my emotions meant. I didn't know what to do with that. So I just ended up really attaching that emotion to me, attaching that feeling to me. So I really felt powerless as a melanated individual. I felt powerless, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us are feeling that way. We're feeling powerless because I'm sorry, because I'm just so much thoughts, but we are always reminded that justice will never come to us unless we claim it for ourselves. So I just want to be clear that though you feel powerless, you are not powerless. You can always regain and reclaim your power. There's always a solution to everything. Now, whether you're ready to hear that solution, that's a different story. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the solution to this problem. I just want to specifically focus on giving you tools that you can use to gain the clarity that you need to transmute the emotion. So like I said earlier, your emotions don't say anything about you. They say everything about what you just experienced. So a lot of people have been witnessing and following the trial, and they're getting emotions that inform them about what they're witnessing. But most people don't know that. So they end up attaching that emotion to themselves. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the purpose of emotion. The purpose of emotion is to give you that message so that you can take the necessary steps to either continue receiving that message or take different actions to stop receiving that message. Okay, so I'm just going to give you all I don't want to say 3 steps, but 3 different things that you all can think about and do to think differently to help transmute this emotion. So I'm going to refer to my notes a little bit because I didn't want to kind of just be talking all over the place, because I just wanted to make sure that you all get it real clear. So number one is feel the feeling. Okay, anytime you feel a negative feeling, anytime you feel kind of bad or down, don't try to immediately go away from that feeling. That's not what you want to do. You want to feel that message. You want to receive that message, because it's like I said, it's like imagine your emotions are like a text message. And most of us, I know I'm guilty of this, most of us don't delete our messages. We just kind of let it store. And what happens to a phone when you store all these messages in it and you don't delete anything? Your phone will start to slow down. It'll start to act up. It'll start to not properly function right. So imagine imagine that's what we're doing to ourselves. We're constantly receiving these messages. I should call it messages, where we're receiving these messages called emotions that we're not properly processing. So we're storing it in ourselves physically, because emotions are it's a physical response that is sent by your brain. Okay, so I want y'all to be clear about that. So imagine storing all of these physical messages in your body, not deleting it, not getting rid of it. What you think is going to happen to you? How do you think you're going to begin to function? How do you think you're going to begin to think and feel? You're not going to do it in a normal way. So I want y'all, hopefully, next time you start feeling negative or anything like that, and you start to harbor that in, think about your emotions as a text message and really see, like, no, I have to read it, I have to get rid of it, and I have to do something about it so it doesn't affect my daily life. So I really want you to remember that. So a lot of us are feeling powerless. So you don't want to keep that feeling of powerlessness inside of you, because you will start to think that's you. You will start to think you are powerless. But no, you're not powerless. It's just the things and the events that you're saying, the experiences that you are witnessing and being a part of is giving you that constant message. So I want to give y'all so like I said, the number one is to feel that feeling. So the importance of feeling that feeling is to do it through a constructive outlet. A lot of us think we're feeling the feelings that we feel in a constructive way, but we're not. It's leading us to avoiding the actual thing that we need to deal with, and it's leading us to actually self-sabotaging. So I want to give y'all some kind of tips on what a constructive outlet is. So for example, like I said, a lot of us are feeling powerless. So instead of just harboring and sitting and just rummaging and recycling those thoughts and feelings in your mind and your body, you want to have a constructive outlet. So whatever is your constructive outlet, whatever your hobby is, whatever helps you not get your mind off things, but whatever helps eases your feeling, eases your emotion. See, we think that we're doing a good job by engaging in something that distracts us and allows us to escape. But no, you don't want to escape. You don't want to distract. What you want to do is you want to channel that emotion in a way that allows you to feel it, but you don't let it consume you. So for myself, when I feel some negative way or when I feel some type of way, I put on music. I put on music that first kind of reflects what I feel, but then after I feel that feeling, I start to play music that makes me feel powerful, that reminds me of the strength that I have, that reminds me of who I am and really, yeah, how strong I am. So that's what I do. And then I also write. So I may write a poem, or I may just write like a blog entry, or I just may write a journal entry, whatever helps me feel it but not let it take over. So whatever that is for you. I know the last live basketball, somebody mentioned basketball was a positive outlet for them. So when they're upset or when they're sad, they go play basketball, and when they're finished playing basketball, that's when I suggested that's when they pull out their journal and then do the next journal. So whatever, yeah, right. So oh yes, so whatever is your outlet, feel the feeling through that outlet. So yeah, so you can find that. Yes, I have musical recommendations. Yes, I do. For rap, for motivational rap artists, of course Nipsey Hussle. People sleep on Ace Hood, but he had his whole entire music catalog is about uplifting yourself, is about facing your fears, and about really doing the work to really be a better person. So if you need to get that type of energy, you should listen to Ace Hood. I don't really know in terms of R&B artists. Erykah Badu, she's a great artist that I like to listen to. Lauryn Hill, but there's not a lot of I don't really know any other people, but I would suggest you do your research. But those are the kind of people that come to my mind. But the purpose of this is to not I don't want to say copy, but to really go within and really figure out what you like, figure out what is good, true to you. See, we like I said, we be looking left and right. You cannot look left and right, especially when it comes to your healing. You have to really figure out what do I do that helps me just get through the hard times. It's like, your body knows, but we aren't intentional and we aren't aware enough about the things that we actually do. So just take the time today and tomorrow to really just analyze your behavior, analyze your actions, to see how you get through the day, but how you have an outlet, how you express yourself. The best way you express yourself is your outlet. So feel the feeling through that constructive outlet. And then the second step is to grab your journal. Like I said, journaling is not an option. Journaling is not an option. Journaling is a necessity. So if you do not have a journal, you need to purchase one today. And I mean, you can write in your phone, but if you're the type to always get distracted easily, then you need to purchase a journal. Because when you journal, you need to be intentional and you need to be focused on what you're writing and how you're writing. So number 2 is you grab your journal and then you initiate your emotion management system. If you haven't watched the earlier IGTV, I talk about the cycle of fear. I talk about what fear is, and I talk about the EMS system. I don't want to go over it here today because it's going to be too long, and it's kind of, it's gonna take the conversation, and it may not take it, but anyway, it's gonna be too long for me to explain that. So you can check that out on the other live, and then I'll also give way more tools than that. So just make sure you look at that so you can understand what it is. But basically, the EMS system is, you're gonna ask yourself 3 intentional questions to help you identify what you're feeling, process what you're feeling, and then also gain the clarity to see that the emotions aren't part of you. See, we usually get our emotions and we wear them like clothes, but no, emotions aren't clothes. Like I said, emotions are like text messages that show us what we're experiencing and tell us what we're experiencing. So you want to ask yourself those 3 questions, okay? And then after that, I'm sorry, I'm referring to my notes. Real quick. Okay, boom. And then number 3 is just like an extra thing. I just think this will be kind of cool to do, especially if you're feeling powerless about what you're experiencing and about the type of world we're living in. Write yourself a letter. Write yourself a letter to yourself. Write yourself a letter describing the type of world you want to live in. And then ask yourself, how can you begin to create that world right now for yourself? We really feel like everything is supposed to just be created around us, when no, you were created to be a creator. So whatever you want to create, especially your surroundings and the world you want to live in, you have the power to do so. So you can surround yourself around people who have like-minded interests. You can engage and participate and volunteer and work for different organizations within your community that also reflect who you are and what you're about. See, I feel like I would ask you, if you're feeling powerless, look at your surroundings. Are you surrounding yourself around things and people and conversations that make you feel powerful? Music that makes you feel powerful, images that make you feel powerful, people that lift you up. If you're not doing that, and if they're not doing that, then you need to change your environment and change your surroundings. Okay, so that's what I would. That's a little bonus thing. I think y'all should all do, is really write a letter to yourself, to really ask yourself, like, what type of world do I want to live in? You know, and then the last bit of advice is, please stop with the trauma porn. Stop with the trauma porn. Stop ingesting this trauma porn. You're not doing yourself, you're not aiding yourself, you're not benefiting yourself at all by looking, by reading, by just being a witness to all of these things that induce that traumatic feeling within you. Because most of us don't know what to do about our feelings. So you're constantly getting that message and hoarding it inside of you. So that's why a lot of us do feel powerless, and a lot of us don't know, crack under the pressure, because we don't know how to free ourselves from the emotion. So one way you can free yourself or begin to release that emotion is to get rid of the trauma porn. And by trauma porn, I'm not talking about literally just watching videos of people being murdered. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything that induces that specific emotion within you. It's important to know that every trigger is not the same. Every fear isn't the same. So what scares you is not going to scare me, and what scares me is not going to scare you. What triggers you is not going to trigger me, and what triggers me is not going to trigger you. The same with so that means that you need to look within yourself, And by look within yourself, you literally ask yourself, what are things that are traumatic to me? So for me, just, you don't directly have to murder someone. Just the sight of watching a police officer assault someone is enough for me. So I completely cut all of that out, because I don't want to continuously repeat that emotion within me when I know that when I know what it does to me. It's like, why are you watching this when you know what type of reaction you're going to get? Or for those who don't get a reaction, that means that you have desensitized yourself. So you immediately need to stop ingesting trauma porn, because that's not what you want to do. So anything that is traumatic to you, you make sure that you X that out. So whether it's music, movies, certain television shows, and especially live videos of state sanctioned violence against melanated people. Okay, so that's really the 4 different kind of tips that I have, because like I said, I don't want y'all to think that I don't want you to feel this feeling. No, yes, feel it. Feel it, and ask yourself, what is this emotion telling you? Because it's telling you something, and you have to, the key is you have to act and respond properly to what the emotion is telling you. So if the emotion is telling you that you need to start doing actions that make you feel powerful, or you need to start informing yourself more on how to regain that power for yourself in your community, then do that. Or if that's telling you to stop watching it or stop witnessing that type of stuff, then stop doing it. You know, it's like our bodies tell us what to do, our spirits and our souls tell us what to do. We just ignore it, and we have to stop. Like, we have to stop ignoring ourselves, and stop ignoring that inner voice that's really calling to us. So yeah, feel the feeling, feel powerless, but know that you can do something about it. Know that you can always do something about it. I will say that if you're looking for a solution, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Because it's like, I just remember just watching the Trayvon Martin case, and I really was like breaking down, like feeling so powerless. And I could just imagine, just if I had this knowledge back then, what I could have saved myself from, just avoiding all the distracting and the escaping. So yeah, I'm glad this helped. So yeah, I hopefully this helped y'all, because I just really want y'all, or everyone, to know, like, you can overcome your emotions. You are not your emotions. Your emotions aren't you. You can overcome the bad. You can get out of that deep hole. Okay, it's just, it takes the knowledge, the correct knowledge, and the consistent application of it. So hopefully y'all apply this knowledge, and purchase your journals if you haven't, because it's gonna save your life and save your mind, most importantly. Oh, but also the solution. If you're looking for a solution, a real tangible solution specifically for you and your own community, your own tribe, I suggest you visit I'm gonna put it in here. Put it in here because rvbaypublications.com. rvbaypublications.com. I think for me, I've been researching a lot on why we as a people are being murdered at such a high rate, and targeted, really. I'm not gonna say murdered, but targeted. And a lot of it is answered right there at that website. So yeah, I don't really want to get into all the specifics about the politics. I just really wanted to hop on here and give y'all solutions and tips on how to deal with your emotions. So yeah, all right, that's really what I was coming here for, y'all. So if y'all don't have no questions, make sure you look at the earlier IGTV. If you don't know, if you want more information and get the real clarity you need to know what fear is not, what emotions are not, and most importantly, how you can better transmute them, then make sure you join the tribe and look at my previous IGTV, because you have now you got 3 hours left. So yeah, make sure you catch that and get the notes that you can. But if y'all don't have if y'all don't have any questions or any more comments, then I just really hope that y'all continue to make the brave choice and know that you can reclaim your power, because you are powerful. You can reclaim your abundance, because abundance is your birthright. You can do everything that your mind desires, because it wouldn't be put there if you didn't have the potential to do it. So yeah, make the brave choice, y'all, and let me know how I can assist y'all. Make sure you join the tribe. And make sure you get your tools, because they some gems. Make sure you pick them up, because I'm not going to be dropping them and leaving them on the floor anymore. Okay, I'm going to be picking them up and putting them with the community. Okay, putting them with people who, you know, who really are seeking this information, because not everybody's seeking this information, and I understand that. So yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. All right, peace and love. Peace and love.